Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
All right, we're back and we're scalping, maybe scalping. Kind of a interesting look here. The market is being a bit directional. I'm looking at USD JPY, identified a possible decent trade, but we got some issues on the higher time frame. You're gonna have to be very, very cautious here. What I think we're gonna see happen, and it might be the way I handle this trade. And again, I'm not going to share the details of the trade here. They're going to be shared with Algo Factory members, right? But basically, I think we're going to see a little bit of a stretch down, maybe not too much, and then a pop up here, and then a move down. So I might be looking to go short on this. This is at a critical point where it actually could flip back up as well, just based on the algos. So we're at a time when, you know, patience is key. You just have to kind of hang back and let that be. I'm going to throw a little music on, and we're just going to kind of chill out and look for the scalps. And if they come, they come. If they don't, they don't, right? So let's hang back a little bit. Yeah, see, now we're starting to see just a little bit of a pop up on the way down here. So I'm gonna move to maybe a 4 panel or even a 3 panel, so I can just kind of watch this. So I think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're seeing the beginning of a little pop-up. It might take a minute, it might drag down a bit, but I think we're going to see a little bit of a pop-up here. Yeah, maybe it's just going to drag down. Maybe we don't get a pop-up. This could be the beginning of a downside breakout. Let's see how this kind of goes. And if it does drag down, it's against my rules right now. I can't really take the trade. Even if it continues down, it's too far into the move for me to be interested in it. You know, when you get a move that's this long, like you'll see a lot of people get basically FOMO to the downside, right? And then they're going to want to be like, oh, it's going to continue, and they're going to want to keep, and it may keep going. I'm not saying it won't keep going, but as more and more people pile on, the smart money is getting ready to go along. You know, how high it'll go, that's another story. It may only pop up a little bit, but other people will panic out, and it's just how markets work, right? You know, the guys with the Bloomberg terminals and all that, you know, they really know what's going on. So we'll just go ahead and we'll be patient here. This is scalping. Just gotta be patient. And if this does extend down, eventually it's gonna pop up. Probably right here, if not a little lower. And then we have another short we can take. But eventually, you know, everything swings. Yeah, the good thing is I've got tools to help me identify when the swing happens. But this move down is probably going to continue. If I really wanted to, I could take a higher time frame trade, and you know, swing this down. But given where the market is these days, I'm not really into swings. But a good swing trade would be, you know, I don't want to share it here, but let's see if I can go over to. I'm just looking at a couple of the charts here. Yeah, we're just not quite there. Markets are too mixed. Can't take them. Can't take the trades just yet. We're getting there though. Let's see here. Yeah, not quite there. I will say if I get a pop up though, I won't be afraid to short it. And, you know, given how everything looks right now, you start to see a pop up on the 1 minute. Well, there's no, you know, news today or anything, so. Yeah, it looks like it may just be a downside breakout. We'll see how that goes. I can't sell into something with this much, having already gone down. I need at least a pop up. Like, I need at least a bearish retest, and that's okay. If it goes down without me in it, I don't got a problem. I think it's going to pop up. It might go down more, but I think it's going to pop up maybe a little bit, maybe not. Grab here, or you might see a break and then a pop up and a move down, right? But this would be a significant change. It's either a strength into the JPY, or that's going to mean weakness in the Nasdaq. Let's see what the Nasdaq's doing. Let's see if the Nasdaq made a flip. Looking on another screen. No, Nasdaq's still moving up. Yeah, markets are very peculiar right now. Very peculiar, that's for sure. Let's go back down to JPY. Major shift, we're seeing the China deal, deals made. Seeing a major reversal in the Nasdaq back from its lows. We're seeing treasuries rip because of low inflation print. Even though the inflation print was just barely below expected, it's the lowest we've seen in a while for the year over year. So that is a consideration. So don't have a lot of people watching. Go ahead and spread this. Share it out. Let's let some other people in on this, because I'm sitting here literally scalping. Get to see what it's like. Okay, just send a message to the private guys. That's on my calendar. Let's see what that's about. Oh yeah, not worried about that. Okay. Yeah, sucker's just going to continue down. Looks like we're seeing a breakout right now. So, but there's going to be a pullback. There always is. Damn thing can't go straight down. Let's see what's in the news. Maybe the news is crushing things down somehow. Hedge funds capitulate. Second biggest short covering panic. Okay, that was yesterday, 2 days ago. Copper to gold. Interesting. Okay. Stock bears. Yeah, a lot of people buying. Yep, futures rise. Still not seeing. Okay, NVIDIA and AMD secure AI data center deals. That might have to do, but this is what? Okay, it's like 5:45 a.m. So recent news might be pushing the Nasdaq up. That's a very tech-related deal. That might be what's going on. Yeah, volatility is kind of dropping. All right, nothing besides the Saudi Arabia thing in the news. That's okay. I'm just waiting for the prices to head back up. Feel free to put any requests in the comments. We're not really trading at the moment. We're just waiting for conditions to to line up for us before we can possibly take a short on the JPY. I thought we were going to end up going long on JPY, but we'll see. I mean, it could flip around temporarily. We might be able to get a quick long on here, but it's got to be real specific, man. I hate to miss out on shorts like this, but the conditions were not quite there. And as I always say, this is scalping. This is the way. And on days, you know, when you have mixed markets, then you just have to be a bit more patient, because the trades come, like the non-obvious trades, the non-obvious scalps, like were yesterday at, there was a false one. Okay, that's the afternoon, not too worried about that. So the non-obvious, or the more obvious scalps that are kind of not quite as formulaic, like you had a false one on Monday at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. was a really nice one. This is my time, Mountain Time. So we'll go to EST, but 8 a.m. EST was a nice one. But there's news involved with that one, right? So this is kind of a hard one to catch. And then you might have gotten kind of murked at about noon yesterday, but then profit taking correction in markets. Oh yeah, Coob. No, it's okay. Yeah, Coob, it's good. Okay to talk about these things. Yeah, we talked about that also in the private live lab, like, and that will affect FX scalping, right? So if we get a strong profit take in Forex, you're going to see, or in like traditional finance, then you're going to see that effect in the Forex markets. But just looking at this right now, this is going to continue down pretty sure. So I want to see a pop up, a good decent pop up before I take a short. Because finally, you know, you can see on the 1 minute, you had the panic down, and then you had kind of a stair step down. So the momentum is slowing. It's going to, again, it's probably going to pop up here or maybe a little lower, give us a chance to enter short. And if the algos are still calling short, remember, we're in a mixed market. I mean, it might be, you know, it just might not be the day for scalping. That's the only issue. So, you know, that's the thing about scalping. Just sit and watch. You gotta let the conditions line up, and sometimes conditions can flip on you like really quick. It's just how it is. Yeah, see, here we go. Here's the pop-up. I mean, technically, I could take this, I could kind of take this up. I don't, you know, it's against my rules, so technically I can't, now that I say it. But it's starting to kind of give me a nice move back up that I was waiting for. You know, maybe it might go down a little bit more, but it might also pop up and give us our entry too, right? So we'll see. Just have to watch it. Let's say if what I see is what I think I see, then our trade will be on within like 30 minutes to an hour. Yep, there we go. Move up has begun in earnest. Sure, I could scalp that. You know, I could, but just high risk. Damn thing could flip around anytime without warning. Let's let this upward movement play out. I'm going to actually turn the heater on. It's a little chilly up in here. A second. Alright, there we go. Okay, good. We're getting our move up. That's going to mess with the metrics a bit, which is fine. But this is bearish, man. I mean, I think we're just going to continue to see it move down. Go back to a 3-panel. Okay, good. We got the, we actually have like a little mini algo ping in the 1 minute. And I tend not to trade those unless they're accompanied by other like aspects. I mean, it technically could flip like temporarily bullish here, but I don't think it's going to. Everything is so bearish on the other end, but it's going to take time. Just got to be patient. I'm going to keep watching. Stand by. Emails. All right. I'm going to create an email. Subject new. Okay, so okay. While we're waiting for this, I'm just going to draft a quick email to all the followers here. Okay. Or at least start drafting it. Okay. There we go. You know what? Let's go ahead and exit this. Okay, so we're starting to get a bit of a turnaround. We might be ready to head down. If I do take this particular scalp, I will be very cautious with a very small entry on this, actually. It's, you know, the Algo Factory people know what I'm talking about. There's a bit of a risk on shorting this, even if it starts to go my direction. I'd rather wait. Okay, now we're starting to get away from that risk. Okay, we're okay now. Okay, let's do that one. Just gotta be patient, everybody. Always be patient. All right, still headed up. Good. Just what I thought would happen. We're starting to get into the territory where I'm comfortable taking a short. So what you can't see on the screen is the next panel over, and it's still pretty bearish. You just kind of let this little bit of a rally play out. Yep. Okay, are we seeing the turnaround? Let's see. Let's see. I might take a risk on this because that next time frame up is so bearish. I'm gonna have to, before I do this, I'm gonna have to go for a panel. Let's see. Yeah, still bearish, man. I think this is gonna continue down. We just gotta be patient. You know, the thing about trading is that I think somebody said it, I don't know if it was, you know, what's his name? Buffett or somebody like that. I think he said something like markets are there to separate money from like from the impatient and give it to the patient, something like that. Separate the impatient from the money and give it to the impatient. So it's long story short. I can look up the quote, but it means be patient. Okay. Give me a second here. All right, just stick with me here. Very interesting. Yeah, so the market's going to wag back and forth today. Interesting. The conditions are not right yet, though, for the long scalp. You just actually could head back up, but the market's in a decision area for sure. So I think, well, we're going to get the signal when we get the signal, and I think it's coming. It might mean, you see prices now, okay, so here's the thought process. Not ready to trade yet, but we had a range up in this area right here, and prices back in that range. Could grab liquidity and head back down. Could also go up in the range and have to do a bunch of other stuff before it moves. So we just have to watch. We're in a time of market indecision. So you gotta be patient and let the market come to a decision. It could go up, it could go down, but I'm not exactly where I want to be. I mean, I technically could have taken this long, but it was high risk. I'm just not into the high risk stuff right now. I want clear signals, and I think we're going to get one here in the next, like I said earlier, I said about 30 minutes, but that was 15-20 minutes ago. We might be getting it pretty shortly. We're going to see right now. This might be the beginning of the move down, actually. But I need to see some stuff. So we're going to keep this very close to the chest. If I had to guess, though, we're like right there. And I know what I'll do in this case. We're getting there, folks. It could be time. Tricky. Just got to let those signals play out nice and clean. Got to be patient. Okay. Still waiting for that signal, but it's starting to ask me, shall we dance? Let's see. this will do. Yeah, see, it's continuing in that direction. We're just very close to this trade right now. I mean, technically, I could take like a small risk on this, but I really want to see a solid signal. What's going on here? Let's copy this. All right. Yep, see? Tricky. See how it's popping back up a little bit? Not quite ready to go. If you look in the far left where my mouse is rotating around, that's where we're looking right now. Tricky. Gotta wait for that signal. Again, technically I could have taken that long, but I didn't want to do that. Alright, yep, see, still popping up. Yeah, this is definitely in decision mode. This is actually, like I said, mixed market, not the best day to scalp, but we're going to see if this flips back down and does what it's supposed to do. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We can do another work. You know, I can do both here. Delete this. Okay. Yep, slowing down a little bit. Let's just delete that. Let's delete this. Okay, starting to see a slowdown. Just waiting for that slowdown. Copy. Trash. We'll enter text here. Paste. What's the settings here? So you gotta be you know, you gotta work while you're working, right? So as I'm waiting for this all to form up, if it is gonna form up, I'm dealing with emails and stuff like that, and I'm not watching the comments. So if you do have any questions, stand by. I'll get to them. Good. Okay, good deal. Save the changes. Go to settings. Okay. Oh. Exit here. Good deal. See, this move up probably was destined to fail, but we have to let it play out, and it looks like it's starting to happen. The algos are starting to be okay with the short. The market did move pretty strong pre-market, so you're going to get some, you're going to get some recoil. Recoil is good. We want recoil. You just got to let it happen as it needs to happen, right? Just got to be patient. Okay, still some more up to go. If it moves up long enough, it'll flip to bullish. We can take advantage of that too. But what we have to do is we have to let we have to let a trend establish. Otherwise, you kind of shoot. Okay, here we go. Look at that. See that move down? That's our clue. I'm going to do a small risk here. I'm going to at least get it ready. Okay. Yeah, still needs to wash out. Still needs to wash out. Not quite ready. Wanted to arc down, maybe to fool some people, maybe not. Just be natural. But I am readying a short. Wrong. Yeah, not quite ready. Good thing I'm patient. Okay. Trade entry is ready to go, but it is still needing to wash out some of the longs or some of the shorts before it goes short. Definitely not the easiest day to scalp. If it continues to be like this, then I'll probably just end it. Not every day is a scalping day. Let's go a little bit more. Good deal. Okay. Yeah, see? That's what patience is for. Needed to get those shorts out of the way before it goes short. We might even flip long. See what's going on on the next time frame up. Now that it continues up, we might end up in long territory. I don't think it's going to happen, but it very well could. In order for me to scalp, I generally have to have a trend. So if price is kind of bouncing back and forth in a range, then I cannot scalp. I need a deciding direction. It looks like it is going to go ahead and go long, but that could also be short-lived. But I've got my algos. It'll be all right. I know what I'm doing. You know, what's probably going to happen is it's either going to reject at that double top, and if we look right here on this panel, you got this double top where it rejected, and it may reject at or before that again, and the direction may be down. But if this continues up, the direction might be up. We're just gonna have to see what the algos say. And if the algos are non-specific, then you're just running the risk of getting washed out of your trades in the chop. That's how I have my algos set up. But I do suspect that this will continue down. Just might take a little longer than we thought, and that's fine. That's all right. That's all right. Give me a second here. Go. There we go. A little bit of movement in the right direction, or at least in a direction. Let's see what's going on here. See if we can get a rejection where I thought we would. Let's see. I think there's still yet a little more time for price to head down. But if we do continue to see this movement upward with the right metrics, we could do a quick scalp to the upside, as long as everything lines up the right way. But we're quickly approaching a time when price may reject downwards, so we're just going to have to watch it. Remember, the obvious trades don't come along very often. And that is, I don't want to say it's by design, but the obvious trades are the ones that the big boys know how to trade against. But there are certain obvious trades that are somewhat unstoppable due to market forces. And we look for those. Somewhat unstoppable. Anything can be stopped. Here. Oops. Get out of here. Over here. Okay, still headed up. All right, good thing we are patient. This could end up turning into a move upwards before down. We're going to see how this behaves, though. We're right at a key moment where this could turn around. And if a new trend is established upward, we shall take advantage of that too. But it may be that it's going to be some time before we can see a clear trade. You just got to be patient. Let's do good. Okay, still no comments. Back on the trade on the YouTube screen here. Okay, so we're at a bit of a critical moment, and we might end up with a long scalp here. We're going to see. Yeah, might be time. Cancel the prior possible stop loss and order. And that move up was not totally unexpected, but it was definitely kind of letting us know price might not be ready to completely head down yet, right? So the market has these moments of like decision. It's at one of them now. But the major move down and that bounce right there was a key moment of decision right there. And it makes sense. It's right where the gap up started on Sunday. Gaps generally are filled. We might be coming on the time to take a quick short scalp, though. I'm not sure yet. Again, just like last time, we play cautiously. Send some notes to Algo Factory just in case. There we are. Okay, are we there? We're right there. But I'm not seeing what I need to see on the lower time frame or on the half hour. We may end up in a long scalp right here, actually. Algos are in the indecision mode as it stands right now. We need a decision. We may be looking at a long. This may actually come back down and crick back up. especially if we can get a higher low. Then we'd be in for longs. We're also approaching the time of the day when volatility starts to fall. Maybe another hour of decent volatility, but today was doomed to be mixed. Yeah. We might get our turn up right here. Yeah, I think we are. I think it still needs to pull back a little bit. Look, could be like a super high risk trade coming up right now. Just take this long real quick. It would be high risk. This is against my rules. And all the high risk stuff happens in the decision markets. So it's just got to wait for everything to line up. It will. Otherwise, you just trade in this trash. I mean, sure, you can scalp this. It's not unscalpable. Catch a little bit of news. Okay, so see that little move up, it's kind of tradable, but we got a little issue with some of the metrics right now. I need to see, again, I need to see that decision made. What's going on here? Weird. Let's try and put a set of headphones here. See, yeah, taking that long would have been high risk. Would have won, but would have been high risk. I don't like high risk. Now, maybe for a small amount of money, might start doing that more often, but you know what? Every time I try that, even though the numbers factor into wins, it's just meh. That's all I can say. Meh. You know, you got to feel good about your trades. Overall it's good, but do I want to be a frog in a hot plate? I'd rather be in like more steady trades. It's better for my psychology. Let's see if I can make this work. Okay, started to see a turnaround. Finally. Yeah, Telegram, man. Just can't get it to work right. There we go. Maybe I just had to wait. A little bit of a divergence on the on a particular metric here. You might see that move down. Let's see what goes on. This is decision point. This is either going to head up or down. The only problem is that it could take a while to do that. But if this does create a range, I can buy the bottoms. Like this. Whether the bottom is here or whether the bottom is down below, I can buy those bottoms right now. That can change though. But at least for current metrics, I can. Scalping. Yeah, I would like to see a pullback and buy those lows. But the market's just getting super super flat. It's not a lot of volatility. But what happens is you get periods of no volatility and then the volatility kicks in. So that's how that works. So you kind of sit and watch through the quiet times. But right there, here might be, okay. Here's our move down. You can see it on the 1 minute time frame here. This move down may not last too long. We have to see how things pan out. You know, the Brave could scalp this move down, but you have to make sure your algos all line up. It is scalpable in this environment. You know, one could try to scalp down to the local, local support down to here. It probably would be better than a 1-to-1 if you're using a structure not too far above these tops. So, I don't know that I would do this, but perhaps a move down to about here could happen, but then I'd have to be ready, if the metrics flip on me, I'd have to be ready to get out of it. For the moment, it wants to head down, but that might not last. If I were in a trade, I would be very aggressive on stops. Looks like my screen froze. I'm gonna have to fix that. I know why. I know why it froze too. Starting to figure that problem out. Let's fix the screen. Okay. Glad I caught that. Back to the show. See here in the 1 minute, the price does want to grind down. It's just taking its time, but it's pushing down. Each candle, almost each candle is showing lower highs. So this will probably pop down here. We'll see about it. Let's see here. Looking like here. Oh, it's big. There. Awesome. Yep, see, there it goes. Lower. As long as we keep getting lower highs, the shorts are in. There it goes. Yep, see, told you. All right. Now I have to watch the higher time frames to see when this is going to wear out. This probably won't last unless something changes high time frame. It's a nice move down. If I were in this trade, I'd have stop to entry pretty quick. See how it's racking back up. Probably gonna be a bearish retest though. Should continue down. We'll see. See, there it goes. Continuing down, we're looking at the left screen. I'm going to go, for now, 2-panel. Make it easy for y'all to see. See, this should continue down for now. A little bit of candle theory for y'all. If this next candle closes below the prior candle, this goes past the green candle, ideally a lower low and a lower close, you're left with what's called a hangman. See, looks like it's happening, but that green candle's a hangman. So if this continues down, then that's pretty bearish because it tried to rally up and it was unsuccessful. The bulls kind of blew their wad right there, and then it heads down after that. But we still have some time before that's actually the case because it's got to close below. And it's still hanging out right here. We could see a resurgence back up, but we'll see. And this is why we don't take these trades. It's still bullish on the higher time frame. Now we might be getting ready for a scalp up. We're gonna see. Yeah. See how that's going? We're right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this long. That was a quick push up. Okay, so now we got to decide where this might go. So it does look like we're going to be seeing price head up for the time being. We'll see, it hasn't broken out yet. So as it approaches this double top, I will consider exiting, or at least stop to entry. It trades nicely in profit though. We're probably going to see price break this double top because this is a breakout trade. We'll probably see it. But if I can get on the low time frame, whether it breaks above or not, if I can get a move up, nice pullback, and like that, stop will go to entry. That means that price has to break above here, which is going to indicate we're seeing a breakout. And remember when I said buying the bottoms? Remember when I drew like this, buying the bottoms? Look at that. There it was right there. Algo pinged in the trade. Now we're seeing some resistance up here, up in this area, but I think price will make it past here. The conservative thing to do would be to put a stop price to stop right now. Price could actually come back down and pop back up, see? As it stands right now, price is still bullish. Might just see a minor move down and then a crash back up. I think it's just going to go up though, according to algos. It'd be a pretty big change in what's going on to see this not head up. This would have been a bull trap if it heads back down. See how it's fighting to stay up. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heater back off. Now I'm hot. Yeah, this is just from what I see, it's probably going to continue up. Not too worried about this one right now. I want to test something with my screen right now. I'm going to see if changing something actually causes the screen to freeze. So I think I've come to figure out what the problem is. Yeah, I think that's it. Why, Jabe? I think I've got it. No, screen didn't freeze. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a freeze out of it. See, there's a pullback. Screen's not frozen. That's nice. Do a little bit of a music change. Put some of my own homegrown music on. Expecting price. It did reject at this little area, right? So that was not unexpected. Price does want to go up though, so there's a really good chance it's just going to, at any time, just pop back up. And it is right here at this prior top of these two minor tops right here. It could grab liquidity anywhere in here and just start sliding up. There it is. Just a little pop up. It could just be just a technical move. They're all technical moves, but doesn't mean it's ready to go up. Holding up nicely. Algo's hinting that it's ready to head back up. I think it will. I think we're going to get our breakout here pretty soon. She's holding on. Let's see, holding up. Price is holding up here. Probably going to get a range till it breaks out. It may break out pretty quick. Because this move down was strong. You're talking about 6:30, so 6 days. So you're talking about over 26 hours of move, right? All down. So that seems to be finally resolving. And this higher low was right here, was our clue. It may flip and continue up. So far, flip it did, plus some other algorithmic clues that I was seeing. So I would be short-term only longs right now, but just short-term. Take a look at panel 4. Yeah. Scalps upward. But definitely keenly aware of the need to protect the position. Just don't have enough profit and structure there to protect the position properly at this time. There it goes. There's our move up. So, gonna throw stop to entry, I think. Let's see how this little pullback happens. See if this wasn't a bull trap right here. Let's go back to panels 3. Yeah, if this move continues up, stop will go to entry. And this is what we get when we wait patiently for the right trade, right? You know, jumping into some stupid trade. Oh, it's going down. Yeah, right. Everybody you went short right there got murked. Right? Now, if you did go short right there, one opportunity you have is such a strong reversal upwards. That's kind of that Baskervilles I was talking about yesterday. It was a down signal and then immediately just completely gobbled up by the longs. So even losing a trade like that, if you have algorithmic evidence that it's going to head up, then you can take advantage of that. So now we're going to see if this can withstand the move up. If we're seeing an actual breakout, we're going to find out right now. I think we are. I think it's just going to inch up. I think each of these pullbacks is going to get eaten up. Always could be like a liquidity grab and then up. You know, that does happen. So crush the price down a little bit, take out some stops. But everything for a couple multiple time frames up is all bullish, so you have to sit here and watch it go through its decision-making process. I think so. Had to catch some Geopol news while we were talking here. See, holding strong. And it's getting to the point where it can continue up. And it probably will. We're probably getting another nice shoot upwards, and then everybody's going to clue in and say, "Oh shoot!" And then they're going to panic in, and price will go up. We'll see. Well, that's speculators, but it's on a low time frame, so the speculators can make a significant difference. And I mean, you know, this is Forex is a $7 trillion day market, so it's the biggest market out there. But your speculators are also a pretty fair bunch. And pushing price around in the 1 minute, it's not beyond them. I mean, if you're going to see like a major announcement like CPI or something, they're pushing price around on all time frames, right? So speculators moving price in a big market, it's there. But to do it on the low time frame doesn't really take quite as much money than to do it on the high time frame. It's just simple math. As it stands right now, this thing's holding up. We'll have to see how a few candles play out. Those do take a little time. Breakouts take time sometimes. Either they do or they don't. Let's just say they do until they don't. So breakouts kind of, they do need to overcome the sales at the structure. That's continuation trading. So if you're going to trade in the trend, you're going to have to not worry about trading against some structure. It's just you have to have rules for it. But you're always going to trade against structure on trend trading. You're counting on price moving up into the paradigm. Now, if this flips back down, then we're actually looking at a pretty big move down. As it stands right now, though, it should hold. Might have an opportunity to grab some more lower, too. Because algo-wise, this thing is supposed to head up. Just running into roadblocks, as it does. Gotta stick with your rules. I haven't gotten out of profit yet. Could have been quicker on the draw, but you can only be so quick. That decisive move up really was very clear. That's either a beginning of a breakout or it's going to be a bull trap. It'd be a shame if it was a bull trap. And 1 or 2 green candles, and the thing's going to mob right up. It's got to be 1 or 2 more in a row. And the metrics will flip, and this thing won't do it. Let's see what happens. Let's move this up a little bit so y'all can see. I'm telling you right now, this thing wants to head up. So even if we get a pullback and a lost trade, that's just going to give us an opportunity to hop in lower. And that's unless the entire metric flips. So I don't see that happening right now. I'm seeing price really withstand a lot of resistance right now. So this thing's probably just going to continue up. Mark this trade on a different chart. Okay, good. So we're looking at USD JPY. Open this up. No take profit yet for those of you who are watching in Algo Factory. Haven't set that. I might just set one, but it doesn't mean it's going to take profit. We can get a breakout here, though, and I mean a real one, and I think we are going to get it right now. Let's see. Stop will go to entry. We're getting that breakout. It's happening. We're pretty much there. Okay, so let me find some stop losses. Stop will go to entry here pretty soon. Just want to make sure we get a solid move up here, but I'm pretty confident we're good to go. Now, as I have the target right now, it's looking to be at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I'm going to refine my target. The price is currently kind of pulling back a bit, which is fine. I think it's just going to continue up. And as it does stop, we'll roll the entry. There's a little bit of older structure with which price must contend. And that's where price is right now. I'll point it out to you on the chart in a minute. We got to do some stuff for the Algo Factory members. Let's do this right here. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be almost a 4-to-1, but that doesn't mean it's going to make it all the way there. I'm going to have some exits ready to go. But this might be a 4-to-1 scalp. Might be a nice, healthy scalp. I'm going to send the target and stop loss info to Algo Factory members. They're not to be trading this. They're just to be watching it for their own educational purposes only. Yeah, looking good. And let's see, do I want to do stop to entry? Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with stop to entry right now. So we'll go ahead and protect the position. Let's see here. Take profit. Okay, beautiful. Okay, stop is now to entry. This is a free trade. Let's do a copy media. Copy text. Copy media. Paste. Edit. Okay. Delete this. Delete Yep, price is continuing up. Should be a nice little breakout. And I'll just keep an eye on the metrics for the rest of the day. So, to all the, let's just say you're at Algo Factory and this trade looks like your trade because your information looks a lot like mine, possibly. Then, you're going to have to consider taking profit at your own discretion, right? So I've got my profit and loss set up. You see it, I've shared it with you as far as the profits and stop losses, right? So with that being said, you do need to consider where you might need to like manage your stops and stuff, because it's at a point now where I may just kind of go about my day. We're in a good trade. It's a good turnaround. It's a breakout trade. There's a good chance of it just, it's really probably going to keep going. I can just see the metrics. So it's getting past. So the area I was a little concerned about was this area right here, by the way, which is a little teaching moment. So on the way up, there was this blip of structure. It's still contending with that structure, but the reality is that price actually is attracted to this area. Now getting past it is the trouble, but it seems to be just cranking right on past it, no problem, right? So that's good news. It's, and the metrics are saying that. So anytime you're doing like continuation trades in the same direction as the trend, you're going to end pushing through structure. So there's times, as a general rule, I don't trade against structure. It's just as a general rule. But whenever I'm doing trend trades, it's kind of a requirement. You're going in the direction of the trend. So you're going to get pullbacks, you're going to buy the pullback, you're going to break the new top, or you're going to get, in the opposite direction, same kind of thing. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this since, Forex, probably 2019, in earnest from 2020, learning 2019. And, but I've been trading crypto and everything else going back to 2017 and actual technical trading. So I'm approaching, what is it now? 8 years? Already at 8 years, approaching 10 years doing this, right? So identifying opportunities, using the algos, that's all just becomes second nature. Which risks are high risks, which risks are not high risks. And you just put more money on the low risks. If you really want to do high risk scalps, you can. Not like you can't do it. These little moves right here, as long as you have like enough money and you're not getting moved on your spreads, then this is where you want to be careful. But you can make money on these. You hit structure, you have some other metrics that are going your way, but it's also easy to get kind of screwed on these. So on a slow day, you can get, like, it was slow for me. You're always going to get like inside, outside action. You're going to get slow time, and then it's going to break out. You get fast time. That's just trading, ebbs and flows. So on the ebbs, you just look for those opportunities where you can kind of eke out a little bit of a profit. But once the volatility hits, then you don't want to be trying to do those little scalps, right? That's when you want to go ahead and, this may be kind of a scalp. It looks like it's going to turn into a pretty standard day trade, because the metrics are aiming, the metrics call for a breakout. The stop's already an entry, it's a free trade. One of my members asked, can I give a time frame on exit? Nope. When you're day trading scalps, there's no going out. You're glued to the computer on that. So if you're going to go out, you're just going to have to, set your targets and hope that it works. Now, this trade in particular is, for me, it's a free trade, right? Have my stop set to where I entered. So for example, let me just do a little teaching moment before I get out of here. So let's just say this was price, right? Going like this. And then you get the breakout like this, right? So let's say that I entered like right here. It looks a lot like the trade we're talking about. Right? Stop loss is down here, take profits somewhere up here. Well, once I break out of whatever the consolidation was, in reality it was actually more like this. Yeah, kind of a tighter wag on that. Once I get a breakout, especially after price does something like this, where it fights up here and then breaks out. Once I break out above this little hill that's created after the breakout, because it can come back down and grab liquidity. In fact, I think that's what it did. Once I break out up here, stock goes to entry. Once I get a breakout and then you get the pullback, a bounce like that, stop goes to entry. Or sometimes you don't get that pullback. Sometimes you don't get this little pullback and price just goes up. Well, at some point there's going to be a mini pullback, even if it's on a lower time frame. It just might not happen. Like it might go more like this, or like this, whatever it is. When I get a pullback and a break of that, stop goes to entry. That way, if I don't want to sit and watch and be glued, then I do what I just did. Unfortunately, I'm not going anywhere per se. I'm going to be like here. So I can afford to, I can go in the other room. Like I'm good. I'm going to be here in like my home office. Right? So, but let's just say I go to the kitchen to make some coffee and I'm gone for, like 5 minutes and the shit just goes bad on me. Well, I have my stop set to entry, right? That's why you do that. You set the stop to entry in case that it just doesn't go your way. And then if it knocks you out, all the metrics are still bullish, take the next long, right? But day trading generally does not allow for people to go on like, hey, I'm going to go to the store. Like, no, not unless you do what I just did and just count on the win. Right? If you're going to scalp, that's not how that works. Day trading, you can pull it off. Day trading is like you're in a trade for a number of hours. You find an opportunity. You take a trade, you might be 4 hours, 5 hours into it. And then you just got to trust in your stop loss and take profit and you can go. But that it can happen in 15 minutes, can happen in like, several hours on a day trade. The scalps are a little different. Scalps are when you're just in for like 5, 10, 20 minutes, something like that, even less time. So you're definitely not going anywhere for those. Oh, this is a scalp that turned into a day trade just because of the metrics. So yeah, I can go out, but they can turn on you quickly. Like you can go out and expect, you can expect it to take 4 hours and then like you come back and it took profit in 5 minutes. So even with day trading, if you're leaving, you're just trusting in your take profit and stop loss. So good. I think for now, that's what we got. I don't, we're getting deep into the day. It's already approaching lunchtime on the East Coast. So I don't know that there are, I could add to the trade. A little risky right now, but I could add to the trade. I'm already in a good trade. So I don't see the need to continue to add to it right now. So I actually did a pretty good size position on this. So, I'm good. I'm going to let this run. I don't feel like being stupid and taking risks. So I'm just going to let this run, man. And it's looking good. It's continuing to push up despite pullbacks. Each pullback is getting eaten up. So go to like the 1 minute time frame. You saw like it tried to pull back. Like it tried to pull back significantly and it just got eaten up immediately. So, so that's that. So here we are, and I think it's just going to stair step up, and I'll keep watching and come back every so often. If it hits my stop, it hits my stop. If it doesn't, my stop's at entry. That means I'm not losing any money. If I see a certain metric, so I have my eye on a particular metric on the screen. If I see that start to get a little long in the tooth, then of course I might move my stop up just to guarantee like a certain amount of profit. I may simply take half the profit and and let it run. Right? I might move the stop and take half the profit, let it run. Right? Like there's all kinds of different things one can do, but it all depends on what the metrics are saying. What are the algos looking like they want to do? But right now, it's so far just pulling up. So for anybody who's still here watching, thank you, and I appreciate it. This is a small crowd, but as I continue to do these, I guarantee you this will grow. Like I literally like, hey, basically I'm giving away free trades, but not all the metrics, right? So, you're not supposed to trade these, but I'm giving away certainly free education, because here's how I took the trade. I told everybody I'm going in right here. Where did it go? It went up, right? So that's something to pay attention to. Because again, this is all for educational purposes, but just did it live in front of you. This is already a nice win. I mean, let's just say I had a conservative stop loss, right? Let's say it was like, down here. I'm already sitting at a 1.5 to 1 win. That means that with this particular situation, if I put in $100, I'm already $150 in profit, like right now. Technically $125 in profit. Putting in 100, and I peaked at about 150. So putting in $100 to yank out 150, and it took I entered the trade in this case at about 8:52. It reached the 150 profit at 9:20. So that's $50 in 30 minutes, and that's a small. $100 is a small entry. Who's making $50 in 20 minutes or 30 minutes? $100 an hour, and that's just tooling around. It's not even real money, and that's a pretty conservative stop loss, right? So, understand that this is a big deal, and if you're not doing this, then you're sitting at home, and I don't know what to tell you, man. So, I did this yesterday, and I won 2 out of 3 trades, so that was good. 2 out of 3 is fine. I mean, that's killer. My trades tend to be lopsided to the top side, so meaning my risk to reward tends to be much greater than 1 to 1, right? This particular trade's a 4 to 1. It's a big one. And so when I win big. I win bigger than I lose, just put it that way. So, but I will update in Algo Factory as I make my moves, right? So as I continue to manage my trade, I'll update you guys in Algo Factory. This should continue up. Just might see some pullbacks. Stop could go to entry. All these things can happen, but this is probably going to continue up to see about. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Who cares? More trades. But I think this will be it for today. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Peace in the Middle East.